All right, hello everyone. It's Danny from Extract, and today we have another video on go-to-market and Claude Code. And today we're going to talk about Claude Cowork. Claude Cowork is an application that's developed by the Claude Code team, and originally it was designed for, as they say, for less technical, non-technical users. But I would actually encourage even the active Claude Code users to try this out. I think that Claude Cowork paints a lot of interesting direction of where the um, AI agents can go to. And I think that there's a lot of scenarios where you can both account executive and RevOps, people can find it useful. And especially in this video, I want to emphasize over a set of scenarios designed for CRM management. In the previous videos were largely dedicated towards lead generation. In this one, we have developed the skills that made for your pipeline management, building account list, researching the org chart, and etc. Okay, here's what we have in Claude Cowork. There are a couple differences from the Claude Code. So first, it have a native connections, which means that you don't actually need to bother yourself with MCP installation, figuring out what the server is, how to verify that this MCP is really legit. So everything is maintained by Entropic here. I mean, not everything, but Entropic did a great job in actually putting aside, I think, about hundreds of different connections. So you don't have to worry about that. Second is this scheduled task management, which means that you can actually create you can create a task from your chat, and then you can run it autonomously on a dedicated frequency. So as you can see here, I have a couple tasks that are running like every week or every day in a certain time period. There are some problems with that the task need to be they can be only executed when the computer is awake. So, I mean that if I turn off my computer, I won't be able to get this work done. Some people may say that you can actually do that in Claude Code as well. But yes, you can. There is a command called schedule. But I think what is more important is interface here. So I have a really neat interface where I can double check what the instruction is, check how it's repeated, etc. Okay, and let's see how that works in practice. So first we have this repository, and let me show how you can add this set of skills here. So first we need to go to add plugin, create plugin, add marketplace, and we copy paste that. We need to wait a little bit, then we click personal, GTM Cowork skills, add plus, and yeah, the skills are installed, and we're gonna see them here, and you see here's like the set of our skills. We would also need to install the extract MCP here. Yep, I will need to copy that. So we go here at custom connector, remote MCP server, X. Yep. And I'm just gonna, so it's connected. Let me actually go through this file first. So here we're gonna use 5 tools. This is the tools that we at Extract use internally. I mean, it can differ from your setup. For example, you might use a different CRM, you might use a different note taker, you might not be the customer of Extract, or you may use Apify instead of AnySite. It's all up to you. I always encourage people to actually read the skills, process them, like read the skills with your pair of eyes, and just get the whole understanding what the skill is about, and then actually recreate them from scratch if you need them. Because yes, there's also there's the first question of integration, and then there is the second question of like your workflow, because these skills were designed based on our workflow. Sometimes they're quite unique, sometimes they're more generic one, but I wanted to show you the canvas, and then you do the rest work. Okay, let's start with the first one. Actually, we have the first one is user context. I will skip it here. Oh, wait a second. Okay, so let's try the skill. We'll copy paste it here. Go. Okay, let's click. Actually, lots of work is happening in parallel, so I think largely Cowork and Claude Code, they use the same harness. Maybe the Cowork is a little bit optimized, and it's more secured. One of the main difference from Claude Code, that's for example, there's no mode for dangerously skip permissions, and also by default they disable the network ingress, so you can actually access a certain website unless you directly specify them. So you need to create this controllable sandboxes. Okay, so you see it's reading my Gmails, analyzing my LinkedIn. Okay. Okay, the file is sent. Okay, let's go to the next. So let's prepare for the meeting. Apple meeting prep. Today's meeting for next week meetings. And please anonymize the output. Yeah. Well, actually, let's actually create a new chat from that. Yeah. Let's go. So we'll create a new chat so you actually can see again this progress, what's happening under the hood. So let me go through the skill first. So this skill is actually designed for the preparation for the meeting. So we have what is happening now is that the agent will go through my Google calendars and will double check if I have this account in Atio, what's the relationship, what was the last email that we have exchanged. Then it actually will go to extract and try to find out some signals that associated with this company, what's the expansion signal, traction, business priority, trigger events, and so on. And then it will create the enrichment, then get the deal contacts, and even like read the past meeting history. Let me check if everything is correct. I can see calendar. Oh, wait a sec. Okay, so this is what the skill have generated. So I have the meeting tomorrow with some venture capital firm. Instead, it anonymized, but you can see the what we have researched. So what is the business signals, the recently closed second fund, actively deploying capital, the recent triggers, latest significant investment behavioral analytics startup, blah, transformation, core strategic pillow, both investment thesis, actively backing AI companies. Okay. Yeah, and here's also I tried to like spreadsheets. I'm suggesting talking point. Yeah, not bad. Questions to explore, and etc. Yeah, looks good. Yeah, let's go to the next. So let's go for the next one. Let's check which one do we need to meeting follow up. Maybe. Okay, let's do the following. I will show you because I don't have any meetings today because it's Sunday, but I will change. I had on Friday. Let's actually let's do the following meeting follow-up. Okay, so in this case we'll just generate the meeting follow-up. The good thing that I have actually automated here is that you're gonna receive this meeting follow-up as a drafted email in your inbox, right? So it says like create Gmail draft, and it's kind of like the I view that as a human in the loop, so I can always check the exact copy that Cowork have generated. So you see, it just pulls the data from Granola and from Google Calendar. Okay, we see a couple, some internal, daily planning, book time. Okay, it's gonna work on that. And then I'm gonna receive the drafted emails there. Okay. Okay, that's what happened. So I had 4 meeting on Friday. Need to follow up, proceed the market. Okay. And it's just generated for 3 drafts. Yep. So I can actually show you the drafts have been generated. Okay, let's go to the next one, and the next one is let's go to launch guide. So meeting follow up, MadPeak post call. We're gonna update the post call through MadPeak. Maybe let's actually create a new task again. Let's call this skill. Let's call MadPeak. Yeah, and don't forget to anonymize the output. And I would need to remove this one. Okay, let's go. Okay, let me actually show what's happening under the hood. So we're gonna go here. It's MetPeak post call. So MetPeak is one of the sales methodology. So it have a dimension, metrics, economic buyer, decision criteria, decision process, paper process, identity, pain champion, competition, etc. So this is the important thing for enterprise sales who want to gain the multi-threading when they get into the lead, and they want to basically have a better feeling on what's happening with the deal, some quantifiable measurement. So why would we do that? Because when we actually run the pipeline review, I would be able just to pull these metrics and see, okay, where we are up to, right? So I want to have this pipeline review very actionable. So imagine I'm a head of sales and have about 200 accounts split it into 5 sales reps, and I want to keep an arm on what is happening during the quarter. So I should be able to do that. And yeah, that's what we do. I run this skill every Friday. So it's update my CRM based on my conversation mainly. It's gather the meeting transcript from Granola. Then it goes through some Attio notes, then it finds the company deal in Attio, analyzing the transcript and do the scoring. Yeah. So actually, the more data you have, the more conversation you have with the customer, the better you're gonna have the score. For example, this is what we have. So we have one company 53, and it's true for most of the stages. I mean, yeah, this one just new deal. So this is a metric, 20 company, la la la. Okay, and this one is also correct because I mean, in this meeting, I haven't actually identified who's the economic buyer, who's the decision criteria. It's not because my conversation was poor, but because like it simply was a little bit different non-sales conversation. So it's we haven't touched this process. So it was more on partnership. But anyway, yeah, you gain I think the idea, right? So what's happening here? We do these measurements. Okay, let's go to the next skill. So it's gonna be we finish MetPeak company people. It's actually very interesting because we're gonna build we can build the org chart for the company. Show you because I don't think I can show you the skill without actually the end customer's data. Because anyway, I need to put the name of the customer, right? So what we do here, so we connect, we have 5 different data sources, and we understand the deal context first. So we pull all people data, understand what's selling, where the deal stands. Then we find the notes, then we go through email history, we look for who is in CC, who is in tool, we check the meeting notes, who attending, what was discussed, whether we touch any other person. Then we starting pulling people from all sources. That's where this thing get really interesting. So we go into names, LinkedIn URL. We try to find people who might be relevant to our deal, right? So we first it's gathering from our user context, so we already know who might be in the decision committee, but also it's incorporates the data from our conversation, so we already know, okay, if John have mentioned that, I don't know, Lisa is responsible for budget, or the colleague Bob is doing the same stuff internally. So we need to take that into account and actually understand who are those people. So then I use AnySide and I use Extract for people search here. I think that Extract is good for finding people. I use AnySide actually here to do more dedicated search over LinkedIn, like over LinkedIn posts, etc., to read what actually people are talking about. Then we classify each person who is a champion, who decision maker, and user influencer. And then we merge the duplicate and generate output here. I can maybe show you some output that we already have generated, but I will mask the names there. Well, anyway, maybe it's not that relevant. Anyway, you can just take the skill and try to run on your company. So where are we heading next? Key account plan. Okay, it's again quite company specific. So let's go from following key account plan. So we take the company as an input. Then we actually it's some sort of extension and combination of the things that I did before. So we're gonna run that on top of our org chart. So we first gather the data from different sources, mainly from Attio or like from this MetPeak data. Then we do org chart verification. Actually, if the org chart is not created, we're gonna invoke this skill. Then we start actually creating the account plan. And the account plan is great. We create an account overview, the client snapshot, history, milestone, current challenges, etc. Then we do objectives here. Then we create actually the action plan. then we do the implementation plan, review it, optimize, etc. I wouldn't actually show that on our specific example because we don't have that depth, and we rarely have a multi-thread. We rarely need to go into deep multi-threading. But imagine you're, I don't know, Databricks selling something to your customers, and that's probably the time where all the thing gets really important to you. Okay, let's go into the next. We're gonna have deal intelligence. Yeah, so it's actually same sort of skill that we just gonna take a look over a specific deal and just try to chat with the Claude, and I was like, okay, what's happening, or like how I should create the follow-up messages here, or like what I should actually prioritize at the deal, etc. And also what is interesting, we can use the signal monitoring here. It's done through extract, and we actually, we generate the list of 30 different signals that we're gonna score the company against. So that's all going through extract, and I think that's quite an interesting one. I want to improve that, to be frank, to make it that proactive. For now, it's more reactive. So every time you invoke the skill, we're running that. But I think that's where this scheduling part getting interesting. So you can actually put this skill on your schedule, and we will run these skills every day, every week, every month, whatever frequency you want. Okay, let's go for the next one. Deal intelligence, deal re-engagement. It's sort of similar, basically. It's very similar to meeting follow-up, but we ask to write the re-engagement email here for stale deals. Yeah, and then pipeline review. In pipeline review, we actually let me check. We actually can run that, I think. Yeah, let's do that. Do pipeline review. And please anonymize the output here. So we have here the pipeline review. So you see it's reviewed our pipeline in Atio, and I ask actually to take the random 10 deals here, and we see that somewhere it's actually told me that, okay, we just have 0 on MatPick because I haven't scored these companies. Sometimes okay, pricing, what matters. Yeah, so you see it's generating very, very actionable signals, I think. So we still don't point your attention on these numbers because as I said, we're not that using MatPeak that much because we're still not there in terms of our size. But I think that's something what try to make it actionable. And I also think that if you take that and reuse based on your process, based your documents that you already been generating, that would be amazing use of your time and use of your tokens here. Yeah. So I think that's basically it. Once again, take a look on that. Please remember that you don't need actually to copy paste that, but you rather try to configure that based on your setup. Actually, here's some very interesting. Entropic actually nudge you to do that. So you see, you can just with one click, hey, I want to customize plugin based on my company. I will put the detailed documentation on how to use that in the description. And yeah, please subscribe. Let us know what we should write and record the video about next time. Thank you.